Try this a wee bit further down. Anybody here from Edinburgh? Aye? Ken, there's somebody from Glasgow anyway. God. I have to revise all my songs now. Yes, well. Quite a while ago now in Edinburgh, this chappie was had up for bashing his wife, and the sheriff didn't fine him. He said, go home and buy her a present, or go out and buy her a present worth £50 and come back here to me with a receipt. So the chap did as he was bid and bought her a dug, a greyhound, no less, which he called the sheriff, and he's winning hand over fist at Powder Hall Stadium. Friends, I have a sad story, a very sad story to tell. Yes, I married a man for his money, and he's worse than the devil himself. So I'll go and I'll get blue blazing blind drunk, just to give Mickey a warning. And just for spite, I'll stay out all night and come rolling home drunk in the morning. When Mickey comes home I get battered. He batters me all black and blue, and when I say a word I get scattered from the living room through to the loo. So I'll go and I'll get blue blazing blind drunk, just to give Mickey a warning. And just for spite I'll stay out all night and come rolling home drunk in the morning. Of whiskey I've ne'er been a lover, but what can a poor woman do? I'll go and I'll drown all my sorrows, but I wish I could drown Mickey too. So I'll go and I'll get blue blazing blind drunk, just to give Mickey a warning. And just for spite I'll stay out all night and come rolling home drunk in the morning. I'm going to do this last wee song and then get off and let the entertainment commence, so to speak. Oh, that's very kind of you. Thanks. I very seldom drink on stage. I didn't like folk to ken, you know. Actually, I gave up drinking about 3 weeks ago when I lived near Errol. And then I moved down to Forest Mill. And I don't know if any of you come from the Hillfoots direction, but as soon as I tasted Hog's lemonade, I started drinking again. Yes. I don't like whiskey anyway. I hope I'm not stepping on anybody's toes tonight. I'll do. Now I am a weaver, a Carlton weaver. I am a rash and a roving blade. I once had money in my pocket to go and try the roving trade. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. And as I went down through Glasgow City, Nancy whiskey I chanced to smell. Well, I went in, sat down beside her. For 7 lang years I looed her well. Aye, whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. Well, the mair I kissed her, the mair I loved her. The mair I loved her, the mair she smiled, till whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Well, Nancy had me soon beguiled. Aye, whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. Until one morning, very early, I woke and found myself in a strange bed. I tried to rise, but I wasn't able, for Nancy's charms still held my head. Oh, whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. And I called the landlord to the parlour, asked him what there was to pay. No, 30 shillings is the reckoning. Pay me now and be on your way. Pay me whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. Well, I took out my purse with money, and to him the reckoning did I pay. Shillings was the reckoning, and all I had was a single crown. Oh, whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. And as I went down through Glasgow City, Nancy whiskey I chanced to smell. Well, I went and drank 4 and 6pence, and all I had left was a crooked scale. Aye, whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. Now do I regard this single 6pence, or do I lay it up in store? No, I'll go back and hey another, it'll help me home to work for more. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. Well, I'll get back to my old maester, and merry I'll mak the shuttles fly, and I'll mak mair at the Carlton weaving than ever I made in a roving way. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. Say, come all ye weavers, ye Carlton weavers, come we weavers where'er ye be, and I forswear, oh, Nancy whiskey, for she'll ruin you as she's ruined me. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sandy. Before we go any further, I better do it a second. It worked. Anyway, some of us sometimes wonder what happens to St Andrews University students once they leave St Andrews. Some of them make good, and tonight we have one such person. Ladies and gentlemen, will you welcome, please, Alex Atterson.
Good evening, St Andrews. Good evening. Oh, bloody hell. Just like to indulge in some social intercourse while I get sorted out. No, social. Well, it's been a long time. Yeah, this is permanent, actually. No, anyway, it's really nice to be back again, and I've got all my instruments up here. And I actually was born and bred in Stirling. Well, no, not Stirling, Cambusbarn, which is, Stirling's a suburb of Cambusbarn. And it's very famous for lots of things, like me and my Uncle Sandy. And I studied here, and I live down now in Norwich, which, as you all know, is in East Anglia in England. They call it East Anglia because there's a lot of bent people there. But anyway, this is... So I thought it would be appropriate if I started off with an appropriate song. So this is an Irish traditional song from Ireland. You have to say that because a lot of them get written in Glasgow and Liverpool and Camden. And it's called The Sailor and the Farmer's Daughter. And it's been translated from the Irish Gaelic, or S, that's with an E, into what passes from me as English. And if there's any English speakers here tonight, I apologise. But most of you will understand it. Incidentally, if anybody's tone deaf, I haven't started singing yet. Anyway, the thing is that... So, it's, the thing about this Erse, you see, it's a very economical language. Now, when... What, you're playing drafts? Yes, aye, exactly. Black drafts, you know. Anyway, no. It's a 666. Anyway, the thing is, if when you translate it from the Irish Gaelic, do take notes if you feel more at home, you know, we'll have questions at the interval. Yes, that is my record, and it is 250. No, anyway, it's, when you translate it into English, you get a lot of words left over from the first 3 lines in each four-line verse, and so all the words that are extra to the first 3 lines get pushed into the 4th line, which therefore varies in length, like other things we could name but won't, because it's the beer. And my hang-up is it hangs down. But anyway, the thing is that the main thing about it is it's got a chorus. Now, I've seen you've been sort of joining in a wee bit there with Sandy. So this is a very tricky chorus. I like to give you something to get your teeth into, as the bishop said to the actress. Now, anyway, the thing is, so if you don't get this chorus right away, don't worry, we'll stop and we'll rehearse it for 10 or 15 minutes and make you really happy. God. Anyway, here we go. Sailor and the Farmer's Daughter. Now a sailor courted a farmer's daughter that lived contagious to the town of Strabane. With love and melody he did besought her that she'd marry him before she marry any kind conditional classification whatsoever on earth of man. Nya. That was the chorus. Now if we can try it, and was that the St Andrews clap? Very catching. No, anyway, it's spread it around. No, anyway, the thing is that if you would like to join in on an Irish count, John McCormack, that dates you. 1, 2, 9. Nya. Well, you can only get better. Now, this farmer's daughter had proud possessions, 1 silver teapot and £2.10 in gold. Would you marry me, my bold salt... Oh, sorry, I've got a cold. Would you marry me, my bold saltwater sailor, if I wrap them up into a wee bundle and throw them down in the bottom of the ocean cold? Splash. Nya. Don't go mad. Sure, I'd marry you, me heart's conchantment, if you'd nothing better than your old mother's cuss. So she made a bundle of all her possessions, threw them down at the bottom of the ocean cold. That ends that verse, very terse. Yeah. Now the sailor, he could swim like a ducky, quack, quack, so he dived in and he swam down deep below, gurgle. He found the bundle and he come up chuckling, ha ha, think, well, the funny got out back to the south side of the hill and balanced slow. On the south side, facing the sun, out the cold north wind, yeah, where were you? Now the farmer's daughter near killed herself laughing, for all that was in the bundle was an old pittening of a stone. A sailor quoted a farmer's daughter, now he wishes he'd left her alone. Yeah, great. All right. Thanks very much. This used to be Jimmy Shand's accordion, but he dropped it in his beer one night and it shrank. So be careful what you drop in your beer. Sandy was singing about Scotland's national drink, whiskey. And of course, because I live down in England, I drink quite a lot of whiskey down there, and I'm always interested in the Englishman's ale, you know. And there's quite a lot of quite interesting ales sold down in England. Whitbread tankard, Watney's Red. Oh, it's great stuff. Oh, yes, it's medically approved. You know, the BMJ have a long article about it, medically approved. It gives the kidneys a complete rest. Especially if you're a gnat. Anyway, the thing is, this is a little drinking song for falling down to. Some of you won't have so far to fall. It's called Down Where the Drunkards Roll, and at the end of each verse, that's what you've got to sing. Down where the drunkards roll twice. No, I don't mean down where the drunkards roll twice. I mean down where the drunkards roll twice. I'll just have a wee drink to steady myself. Sometimes I get so steady I can't move. So we drink called Autumn Leaves. You take a sip, you change colour and you fall down. Anyway, I'd like to dedicate this song to my Uncle Sandy. He lives in Cambusbarn still, and he's a great drinking man. I was up at New Year and having a wee drink with him down the local boozer, and he was sat there with his pint in front of him, which was considerably fuller than mine is at the moment. Hello, Andy. And anyway, it's no, I need it at the moment. Get us in.
What are you drinking?
Well, no, a beer, please, Alan. A heavy. That's Allan Taylor. He's getting in on my half. But he's got to come on later. Yeah, anyway, he was sat there with his pint in front of him, and suddenly into this pub in Cambusbarn flew this Japanese fly. You could tell it was a Japanese fly because it did a kamikaze into his pint. Now, it wasn't a very successful kamikaze, so it turned into Tarzan swimming back and forwards looking for creepers. There were no Scottish Liberals in there that night. So anyway, he sort of... Steel yourself for this. Anyway, he looked in amazement at the fly, and then he reached in with his finger and thumb and grasped it gently but firmly by the wings, lifted it out, suspended it there and said, spit it out. Anyway, this is... Down where the drunkards roll, down where the drunkards roll. Come on, let's hear you if you can find the harmonies. Down where the drunkards roll. Once for luck. Down where the drunkards roll. See the boys out walking, the boys that look so fine, dressed up in green velvet, the silver buckles shine. Soon they'll be bleary-eyed under a keg of wine, down where the drunkards roll, down where the drunkards roll. See that lover standing, staring at the ground, looking for the real thing. Lies were all he found. You can find the real thing, it'll only cost £1. down where the drunkards row, down where the drunkards row. There goes a troubled woman, she dreams a troubled dream, lives out on the highway, keeps her money clean. Soon she'll be returning to the place where she's the queen, down where the drunkards row, down where the drunkards row. You can be a gambler who never drew a hand, you can be a sailor who never left dry land. You can be Lord Jesus, all the world will understand, down where the drunkards row, down where the drunkards row. Down where the drunkards row, down where the drunkards row. Well sung. Great. Thanks, Alan. Do you want me to fill it from here? Oh, thanks, Alan. Just because he's got 2 records on sale tonight. Dearer than mine. This is a song off my record. I've actually had 2 records out. The other one I did myself. It's called Roundabout, and you can't get it anymore. I recorded it, and a couple of friends called Dick Cadbury, who used to be in a group called Totem, and a guy called Diz Disley, quite a well-known guitar player. He would have been here tonight, but he's off playing with some frog fiddle player called Stufan Gropoli or something. But anyway, and the thing was, I made this and sort of took the tape round the big record companies, you know, like RCA and Capitol and Decca and Argo. That's what they all said, Argo away, you know. And none of them were interested. Well, one of them was interested. Virgin Records were interested, but they don't put a hole in the middle. So I made it myself and sold it around, and I've got this new one now, which has nothing to do with me, really. Anyway, this is an English traditional song from Wiltshire called The Reaper. R-E-A-P-E-R, The Reaper. And it's about reaping in a field. And it's got a chorus which says, from daylight to starlight, through the noisy heat of noon, no rest we'll find but to reap and bind till the coming of the moon. And it's sort of all about sort of that. The subtitle, Goodbye the Albion Dance Band. Or will Tiger please turn down his bass a bit? From daylight to starlight, through the noisy heat of noon, no rest we'll find but to reap and bind till the coming of the moon. Would you like to try it? Yeah? From daylight to starlight, through the noisy heat of noon, no rest we'll find but to reap and bind till the coming of the moon. The tutted lark is over the plain, the southern breezes blow, the dew bombs wet on the bending grain, cheerily, merrily, oh, the panting horses of the day leap into the western sky. Now 'tis time to be up and away, my nut-brown lass and I. From daylight to starlight, through the noisy heat of noon, no rest we'll find but to reap and bind till the coming of the moon. 'Tis pleasant with my nut-brown lass when southern breezes blow, to tread the dewy meadow grass cheerily, merrily, oh, to stoop amidst the golden rust, my sickle in my hand, and scatter the scarlet poppy dust that reddens all the land. From daylight to starlight, through the noisy heat of noon, no rest we'll find but to reap and bind till the coming of the moon. Bring out the bonny wholesome ale and let the river flow, for the tipsy sun hangs over the dale cheerily, merrily, oh, the dewbum and the honey leaf, the poppy and the grain are gathered in the scented sheaf to die upon the plain. From daylight to starlight, through the noisy heat of noon, no rest we'll find but to reap and bind till the coming of the moon. One more. From daylight to starlight, through the noisy heat of noon, no rest we'll find but to reap and bind till the coming of the moon. Good. Right on. Thank you. This next song is a sort of it's a sort of it's a song for thinking to. There are different types of humour around, some which are sort of virtually international and others of which are very local. You know, like Billy Connolly. Now, he's not an international comedian, really. A lot of people think he is, but they don't understand half of what he says, which is just as well. I mean, he's not even a Scottish comedian, not even a Glasgow comedian. He's a Partick comedian. That's local, you know, but there are other types of humour that are international, and the nicest type of humour that I've heard recently is American type of humour, which is all based on what's the question to which the answer is so-and-so. Like, for instance, what's the question to which the answer is Dr. Livingstone, I presume? And the question is, what is your full name, Dr. Presume? Or the one that leads into this ditty, this philosophical song, which is, what's the question to which the answer is 9W? And the question is, does your name begin with V, Herr Wittgenstein? But my favourite one is, what's the question to which the answer is cock robin? And the question is, what was that up me back, Batman? Anyway, this is the last. I'll do a couple. Is that somebody trying to explain it to an American? You've got to explain a lot to them. Are there any Americans here tonight? Don't tell us. I'm sure there are. Harkness never knew what he was doing. Anyway. Oh dear. Here's to us and yours, and here's to you and yours. And when us and yours meet you and yours, we'll drink for yours and yours. Buns. Fred Buns, 11 Railway Road, Kirkcaldy. Anyway, this is it's a little thing. You may have heard Wiz Jones sing this, and it was written by a guy called Alan Tunbridge, and it's called Stick a Little Label on It. No, it's a Crean song. No, and it's got a chorus which says, stick a little label on it, no one will know just what it was that frightened them so. Come on, and stick a little label on it, give it a name, and everything can go on just the same. Except if you sing it like that, it doesn't fit in with the music. So you have to sing at the end, and everything can go on just the same. Sort of free-form folk. I mean, you've heard of free-form jazz. This is free-form folk, you know. Folk's got an answer for everything. You've heard of punk rock. Now, punk rock, that's where the performer stands on the stage and screams obscenities at the audience. Punk folk slightly different. But anyway, this is... Stick a little label on it, no one will know just what it was that frightened them so. Come on and stick a little label on it, give it a name, and everything can go on just the same. It's daft. You've got to imagine yourself about 6 years of age, you know. Some of you will find this easier than others. Philosophy students, art students generally, you know. I'm a scientist, you can tell that, you know, because I'm suave and debonair. Who's that sitting at the back? Don't you shuffle your feet anymore? Stick a little label on it, no one will know. No one will know just what it was that frightened them so. Come on and stick a little label on it, give it a name, everything can go on just the same. Mount Palomar, California, astronomer works all night, check and double checking the redshift, holy God, can this be right? So he dashes out that night in the morning and he telephones another man. He said, there's something out there in the universe like a galaxy going bang. And he said, stick a little label on it, Patrick, no one will know more just what it was that frightened them so. Come on and stick a little label on it, give it a name, everything can go on just the same. Kooky old Chinaman fooling around to benefit the human race invented a bag of black powder and it blew up in his face. I saw the gods have spoken and the legends they are true. So he took it along to Confucius and he asked him what to do, and he said, stick a little label on it, Ying Tong, no one will know, John, just what it was that frightened them so. Come on and stick a little label on it, give it a name, and everything can go on just the same. Back in the good old golden age, some fella made a funny find. Investigating what the world's made of nearly blew his Grecian mind. So he gathered all the others together and he told them a peculiar thing. He said, everything is made out of everything else and it all goes round in rings. And they said, stick a little label on it, Harry, no one will know just what it was that frightened them so. Come on and stick a little label on it, give it a name, and everything can go on just the same. Great. Good. This is it's a poem set to music, which I've done. You're a very typical folk club, aren't you, really? I mean, there's always a wee bit of noise, shuffling about, people explaining the jokes to their friends, going out and get a drink, asking what the hell he's on about, chatting up the bird sitting behind you, until your guitar goes out of tune and then everybody stops whatever they're doing. Isn't that true? Eh? As Derek Brimstone says, are you massing for a charge? Anyway. It seems the world's divided into three groups of people. Group one, those that have read Lord of the Rings several times. Group two, those that have never read Lord of the Rings, don't want to read Lord of the Rings, don't want to know anything about Lord of the Rings, wish Lord of the Rings had never been written, far less written, published, printed, talked about, sold, etc. Because all the friends in group one keep saying, have you read Lord of the Rings yet? And never diminish in group three, those that are reading Lord of the Rings for the first time. Well, this is for group three. Save you a lot of trouble. Right at the end of the story, the two main hobbits, Bilbo and Frodo, and the elves, you can see them all covering up their ears. Bilbo and Frodo and the elves, and Gandalf the magician. You know Gandalf, the man who can do the impossible, a sort of a Middle-earth Wedgwood Ben. Except Gandalf's a nice guy and his magic works. Anyway, they get into this sailing boat and they sail away from the Green Havens. And Tolkien wrote a poem called Bilbo's Last Song, or At the Grey Havens, which isn't in any of the books. It came out in a nice poster which a friend of mine gave me, and one night I got back off the road and about 3 o'clock in the morning, pretty tired, and a little tune came into my head for it. So this is it. If you do know the words, it's a very simple tune, so do join in. Days ended in my eyes, but journey long before me lies. Farewell, friends, I hear the call. The ship's beside the stony wall. Foam is white and waves are grey. Beyond the sunset leads my way. Foam is salt, the wind is free. I hear the rising of the sea. Farewell, friends, the sails are set. The wind is east, the moorings fret. Shadows long before me lie, beneath the ever-bending sky. But islands lie behind the sun, that I shall raise ere all is done. Lands that are to west of west, where night is quiet and sleep is rest. Guided by the lonely star, beyond the utmost harbour bar, I'll find the havens fair and free, and beaches of the starlit sea. Ship, my ship, I seek in the west, and fields and mountains ever blessed. Farewell to Middle-earth at last. I see the star above my mast. Ship, my ship, I seek in the west, and fields and mountains ever blessed. Farewell to Middle-earth at last. I see the star above my mast. Sorry, Mike.
It's all right, Alex.
Knock, knock. I'll do that again. Knock, knock. Ribena. Ribena, wild rover firm. I like the musical ones. Things like knock, knock. Chester. Chester song at what? You like that one, lovey? Or knock, knock. Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise have seen the glory of the coming. Or the international ones, like the Scottish traditional knock, knock joke, which goes, knock, knock. Gordon. Gordon, your blood red roses, Gordon. Or the Irish knock, knock. You start. who's there, and then there's the Swiss knock-knock joke, which goes, the Swiss, you knock 3 times, don't you? The Swiss knock-knock joke, which goes, knock-knock. Come on, 6 years of age, come on, it's not difficult for students. 6 years of age, no, 7, yeah, be lucky. Knock-knock. Oh, I forgot the bugger. I just spoilt 2 at one go, no? Oh yeah, no, I'll do it again. Knock-knock. And your old lady too. I didn't know you could jodel. That wasn't a very good one. Anyway, there's the German one, which is slightly heavier because they're all schlossed over there. No, it goes, klopf, klopf. Wer ist da? Sam. Sam wer? Sam wer over the rainbow. Doobie doobie doo. Or the French one, which goes, frap, frap. Qui est là? Lost. Lost qui? Oui. Frap, frap. Yeah. The told you it was catching, didn't I? Or the one which I really wanted to sort of help you with, because you maybe, if you've been to the club before, it's generally downstairs, and so you're up here and you're not quite sure if you've been supping a lot, this will help. This is a West Country knock joke, and I mean the English West Country, the other side of Reading, and they talk funny down there. So let's hear you all sort of put on your best West Country accents. Yeah. No, try and get it out, not in. Knock, knock! Wurzel! Through that door, down the stairs, straight up. Now this is oh bloody hell! I'm going to kill myself getting up here. I hope there's a mountain rescue team near you. Are you cold? I'm a wee bit cold, I've heard the damp clubs, but I've never been in a club with rising permafrost before. Anyway, it's just me. Yeah. This is a guitar instrumental. This will amaze you. This is it's called Goodbye Allan Taylor. Don't you be bloody rude when you buy me a pint next time, mate. Remember, I'll be sitting down there when you're doing your set. Anyway, let's go off early. This is a Maori fertility dance, and do join in. No, anyway, this is unless you're actually a Maori, you have to believe me when I say it's a Maori fertility dance. But anybody can tell it's a fertility dance because it speeds up towards the end. Anyway, this is it goes like this. Yeah. It's like the beast with 5 fingers. Okay. I've never been to New Zealand, but I have been told on good authority that when it comes time to leave New Zealand, the best thing to do is to come out of New Zealand, turn sharp left, and go about 1,000 miles up, and then turn sharp right, and hopefully you will come to the Tongan Isles in the South Seas, the Islands of Love. And this is a Tongan love song from Tonga in Tongan. Do join in. Oh, it's hard to say, honey watika chi chi chi, but in Tonga that means no. If I ever have the money, 'tis to Tonga I would go, where the beautiful Tongan maidens impatiently do wait. And by the time they've said, honey watika chi chi chi, it is usually too late. Anyway, this next one, what I'm going to do... No, I don't mind apathy, but I hate sympathy. No, I think... I'm just going to go over onto the piano, and if I can slide off that. I think I've just got time to do this before I go over there. And... a wit. Nice to see the two of you. Anyway, this is a little poem, or was it a recitation? A recitation. If I say poem, it's a plosive, you see. So a recitation written by a poet. It's called the puddin. Now, some of you may be new up here, and you haven't been introduced to the delicacies of Scots cuisine. You will, especially if you're living in residence. I use the word living sort of loosely, you know, but anyway. The puddin is a great thing. It's a great delicacy. Actually, it was invented in Lancashire in a place called Bury in Lancashire, and that's what they should have done with it as soon as they invented it. This is the black puddin and none of the other nonsense. No, anyway, and anyway, we latched onto it pretty quickly because it's cheap and filling. And it goes a long way. Anyway, this is a little poem in which I play all the parts. Thank you. The Puddin by Anne Onimus. She wrote a lot in the 17th century. Yeah. A poet to his legends bound, a spied a wee bit shoppy, for sat black puddins, poit heed, and years of syrup toffee. He hung around the windy sleeket, around the door he done her, and then at last he courage to it, and then slowly won her. "Now, for be ye," the old wife cried, "to brave such stormy weather." It was raining. "Oh, I'm a poet," he replied, "a great man was my father. He tried the papers with success, and in his situation, and now I'm on the very verge of utter sheer starvation getting. See, being a Scottish poet, I don't wear the trousers with the pockets, but do in fact wear the kilt without the pockets. But instead of that, I've got this big hairy thing called a sporran that dangles in front of you and protects your valuables. So here's a penny good old wife, the last that he be hodding, alas the best of friends mon pert, just honest her that puddin. Compassion felt the old wife's breast. She's a very well-developed old lady. Although she didn't show it, she took the biggest puddin in the place and handed it to the poet. Then up the street through slush and mud, Max Wolfunny walk, the poet's feet went scudding, come to the door, thrust in the key, but lo, the lot was all unroosted. So he laid the puddin gently down to try the double pressure, and a wee bit cat came nipping her and absconded away his treasure. Come back! Come back, he cried in grief, or Calendar, or somewhere up there. As out of the roof the cat went scudding. He beat upon his breast and cried, "My puddin! Oh, my puddin!" Thank you very much. Yeah, right. Thank you. We're on this one now. Oh, great. Right, great. Oops. Aha. Could three of you big strong fellas come and tilt the piano up? Anyway. This will be good for a laugh. I'll probably go skeeting on my backside, innit? This is a blues. It's called In the Wee Midnight Hour. And it was written by a guy called Leroy Carr, who wrote a lot of good blues till he died of a social disease. And it was recorded by him and another guy called Scrapper Blackwell. Scrapper Blackwell. He built a tunnel down in London. And it's a little number dedicated to the St Andrews Festival called In the Wee Midnight Hour. Because they tell me the bar never closes. Longing for the break of day, in the wee midnight hour, longing for the break of day, when the blues creep up on you, carry your mind away, while I lay in my bed, cannot go to sleep, while I lay in my bed, cannot go to sleep. My mind is troubled, my heart is sinking deep. Well, now my mind is turning back to days of long, long ago. Yeah, my mind is turning back to days of long, long ago. That woman I love, don't see her round no more. For me yesterday, been with me all night long. Thank you. I'll do one. Thank you. I'll just do one more on the piano, and then I'll hand back to Andy because we've got a lot to fit in. Thanks very much. It's been a great pleasure to come back to St Andrews again, and I wish I could stay up for the festival, but have a nice weekend. I'll be back down in Norwich. Great place, Norwich. Anybody here from Norwich? Don't show your hands. No, we don't want to embarrass you. No, it's usually people associate Norwich with two things, either the Broads. A lot of people come down and say, "Where's the Broads, man? Where's the Broad?" They say, "Well, you go out there, there's the boats on it." Boats on it? What's it doing? Isn't it? Stretches of cold water, you know. Or insurance companies. They still advertising Punch. There's so many insurance companies in Norwich, they've started amalgamating. There's 5 of them have just amalgamated, got a big new 20-storey glass and concrete creation where the cathedral used to be, quite easy to find. And they think they can do more for mankind. And anyway, the thing is that they wanted some sort of emblem to put up above their door and on their letterheads to represent the 5 companies coming together. So they got 10 designers to put in designs, and 9 of them were pretty ordinary, but the 10th one was quite interesting. St Andrews. Imagine, this is not a little poster advertising Heather Whittaker on Sunday the 16th of October, but is in fact a shield quartered with a circle in the middle. Some of you will find this easier than others. And in each quarter there's a man in bed with a woman, and in the middle there's a baby sucking its thumb. So they get the young guy in and they say, well I put the whip away till later, dear, I'll be off in a minute. Strapping lass. They say, well, like your drawing, Jimmy, because they're all Scots. They say, well, like your drawing, Jimmy, but we don't quite see how it represents the 5 companies, otherwise we'd use it. He said, well, it's very simple, gentlemen. He said, there's a shield quartered and a circle, that's 5 parts. Now he says, the first quarter, that's a man in bed with his wife, that's legal in general. And the second one, that's a man in bed with his secretary, that's employer's liability. And the third one, that's a man in bed with his mistress, that's mutual trust. And the fourth one, that's a man in bed with a woman of the streets, that's commercial union. And the baby in the middle, general accident. Thank you. This you can sort of take your shoes off and hum along, or clap your hands, or rattle your chains, or wave your checkbooks. It's a little traditional Scottish jazz number called Dr. McJazz, or as it's subtitled, "Are you all right now, Dr. Cameron? Aye, fine, Janet, a wee bit to the left and we'll be well away." Or, "Oh, Dr. Finlay, have you something for the wind?" "Aye, Janet, here's a kite." Well, hello, Central, give me Dr. Jazz. Now he's got what I need, I'll say he has. When I'm trouble bound and I get the blues, he's the guy that makes me get out both of my dancing shoes. The more I get, the more I want, it seems. I'll page old Dr. Jazz in all my dreams. When I'm trouble bound and mixed, he's the guy that gets me fixed. Hello, Central, give me Dr. Jazz. Take it, Louis, here we go. Give me Dr. Jazz. Now he's got what I need, I'll say he has. He has. When I'm trouble bound and I get the blues, he's the guy that makes me get out both of my dancing shoes. You heard about the Irish Morris dancers that kept falling off the bonnet. Well, the more I get, the more I want, it seems. I'll page old Dr. Jazz in all my dreams. When I'm trouble bound in mixture, he's the guy that gets me fixed, yeah. Hello, Central, give me Dr. Jazz. That's what I'll say. Hello, Central, give me Dr. Jazz. Once more today, well, hello, Central, give me Dr. Jazz. Yeah, jazz, yeah. Bassy, boo, bop, dee, dee, oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Just a very quick one. This is an international blues. Yeah, no, I shan't. It's called Joe Bugner's Blues. Or Nobody Knows You When You're Down and Out. Anyway, if the fella sitting next to you, or the lady, or the person, enough confusing. If they don't join in and sing on this, it means they're not down and out. That means they've got money in their pocket. That means when we have the interval, they can buy the next round. Hands up all those who aren't going to sing. Once I lived the life of a millionaire, spending my money, I didn't care, taking my friends out for a good time, drinking bootleg liquor, champagne and wine. Then I started to fall down low. I had no friends, no place to go. If I ever get my hands on $1 again, I'm gonna hold on to it till the eagles grin. Nobody knows you, St. Andrews. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. Come on. When you're down and out, in my pocket not one penny. In my pocket, not one penny. And my friends, I haven't any. And my friends, I haven't any. If I ever get up on my feet again, if I ever get up on my feet again, everybody's going to want to be my long-lost friend. That's mighty strange. That's mighty strange, without a doubt. Without a doubt, nobody knows you. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. Hiya, Mike.
Hello, Alex. How are you, sir?
Well, if I ever get up on my feet again, everybody's gonna wanna be my long-lost friend. It's mighty strange now, without a doubt. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. I mean, when you're down and out. Good evening, friends. Thanks very much. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Atterson. Fantastic. I couldn't possibly ask anybody to follow that, so it's interval time. Our raffle records tonight, we've got two raffle records. One is Alex Atterson's LP, which costs £2.50 over there if you don't win it. And the other one is Allan Taylor's American album, which is also on sale over there, if you don't win it. So the tickets are 5 for 10 pence.
This is a nice bit of comfy, but I get to sit down here. Here's a little song, which I wrote, all by myself, with no help from nobody at all. It's, if you know anything about star signs, Capricorns are very quiet people, very reserved. They like to keep themselves to themselves. And Sagittarians are, well, they're the social lions. And this song is partially true. It's about, it's not a funny song, don't laugh. It's about what happens when you get someone like a Capricorn cohabiting with a Sagittarian. Doesn't always work out.
If I knew the dictionaries and all the right things to say, an expert in the social graces, accomplished in every way, the perfect pawn, date stunning debutantes, instead of the stammering clown that I am, I feel like I've lost my way these days. If I knew the managers of all the great rock bands, and you saw my photo in the paper, shaking their hands, well, would it change at all the way you feel? Would you think I still wasn't real and I feel like I've lost my way these days? I can't help just being me. Lord knows I tried to be the things you want me to be, but I can't tell when I'm right or wrong. Please tell me you can still teach me. If I knew the distance from the earth up to the sun, and I joke the way you do with almost everyone, and sent them laughing instead of just sit down, try to hide away, but that is just my way of life. I can't help just being me. Lord knows I tried to be the things you want me to be, but I can't tell when I'm right or wrong. Please tell me you can still teach me. If I knew the dictionaries and all the right things to say, an expert in the social graces, accomplished in every way, the perfect pawn, date stunning debutantes, instead of the stammering clown again, well, I feel like I've lost my way these days.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Cloudy. An apology is due. I was speaking to his manager who was using the royal we, actually, we. Anyway, now I know the next part of the programme is a group. One of the groups was formed around St Andrews, very few of them, which are as good as the one you're about to hear. And I hear that the two lead members are about to leave us for London. They will be appearing at the festival, so do come along and hear them. And in the meantime, put your hands together and welcome, please, Folly.
This first song that we're going to do is called the Rainbow Song. And it's about a time when I get drunk with basically a bunch of strangers. And you'll end up being the best of friends, you know. He's my pal. So,
This is Liz Wilson, by the way, and I'm Jim Watts, and that's Allan Sprosen at the back. Bass player, the one you can't see.
So when you're all sober again, you're strangers once more, which is a pity. So it has a chorus, if you'd like to join in, that goes, oh, we know that we will never find a rainbow, still we go to see if there's any gold.
He's not very sure about that, but that's more or less right.
So the Rainbow Song, you okay?
Makes up for
Actually,
it, anyway.
in the programmes, if you've seen them for the folk festival, it says Allan Sprosen is credited as being the catalyst in the group, so we call him Catalyst now. He just looks the part. We're sitting here all day and the night. We saw them both away. Now we're looking at the dawn, wondering what this day will bring along. We know that we will never find a rainbow. Still we go to see if there's any gold. So, for things we like to do, secret wishes we hope will all come true. Thoughts that lay inside our head, never spoken, but needing to be said. Oh, we know that we will never find a rainbow. Still we go to see if there's any gold. Began to know one another, and then we let it go. Nights like this will linger on in our hearts when memories have gone. Oh, we know we will never find a rainbow. Still we go to see if there's any gold.
Thank you.
Rainbow Song. This next song's it doesn't have a title yet. We've only sort of it was only written a few weeks ago, actually. It's a song about a wee man, basically. I think we thought of calling it a dream, perhaps, but we weren't pleased with it. So, if anyone has any suggestions, if they can come and see us later, we can use a title for this thing badly.
Right.
So, a dream, perhaps, maybe. Sitting down to take a rest, the day had rained me dry, just floating off into a dream when something got my eye. The smallest man I'd ever seen with sparkle in his hair. He said, I'm from another place, I've come to take you there. Isn't this nice? I was trying to sleep when you came in through my window, throwing me lines straight from a book. Well, I don't believe that I must be dreaming this whole show. Then he sang, oh, his voice rang, and I felt I was flying through the air. I never dared look around, I was trying to be free of this strange reverie, just a mind playing games, nothing real, just the same. When I saw where I stood, I was sure that to paradise I'd found the way. Now what do I do, sir? I cried. Now I'm here wandering free as the wind in the trees. He replied, find the love that's within yourself. And I saw where she stood, and her eyes touched inside. I was sure that to happiness I found a way. Oh, and I knew she felt this way too. It was love, no denying this was real. In my heart I can feel it there, burning inside of me, still like the sun overhead, burning brighter and brighter. And when we kissed, she was gone, and the small man stood nodding his head, singing quietly. but once I saw a flash and flying once again. This time to come round in my room where it all began, with nothing left of where I'd been. I looked and found no signs, a dream perhaps, but still I feel this burning deep inside. And isn't it nice seeing love in everyone passing my window, just like a line straight from a book? Well, I don't believe it. Well, am I dreaming? I don't know. Is it real? In my heart I can feel it there, burning inside of me still, like the sun in the sky, burning brighter and brighter. I hope that it will never die.
Thank you.
Well, good evening. I've had such a good time already. I thought you might, yeah. I'll start off with a song called Close to the Edge, which I know some of you may be familiar with the title. In fact, I stole it. But the chorus goes, I don't care what you say, you can go your own way and I'll go mine, living close to the edge, living so close to the line. Close to the edge, I'm always living close to the line. I can't live in between, I can't ride in the middle anytime. One day I'm in, next day I'm out in the crowd. But I don't worry about the crowd, they got too much to say and they say it too loud. I don't care what you say, you can go your own way and I'll go mine, living close to the edge.
living so close to the line. I'll just spend it, there'll be no return. The more you try to teach me, the more you know I'll just never learn. I heard a poet once say, you gotta live for today and not tomorrow. What's done has been done. What's coming is coming on, and the rest will follow. I don't care what you say, you can go your own way and I'll go mine. Living close to the edge, living so close to the line. Care what you say, you can go your own way and I'll go mine. Living close to the edge, living so close to the line. Living close to the edge, living so close to the line. Most, in fact, every songwriter I know who's a traveling musician as well has written a song about traveling or being on the road. And this is one of mine. It's called Cold Hard Town. I find that the songs change. That is, the songs that are written early on in one's career, they're quite different from the ones that are written at a later stage. For example, the first one I ever wrote, I used to live in Brighton, I was born in Brighton. I'd been on the road for about a week, and I'd gotten as far as Croydon, and I was really living, man. And I wrote this song called Wading Through the Marshlands of My Mind, which I thought said it all. Unfortunately, it didn't. And this one was written a long time later. It's about crazy relationships you have with people, in that you may know a person 10 years and have only seen them for 10, 12, 13 times, because that's the time you get back round on the circuit. I'm in a cold, hard town. Nice to know you'll be around for me, 'cause you're always nice to see in the cold and hard town. I'm only here for the night, but you told me once that's alright with you, 'cause that's the way you want it to. When I'm only here for the night.
if I stayed. That would make you so afraid, I know, 'cause you'd be wondering when I'd go. That's what would happen if I stayed. So let's keep it as it is. What's yours is yours, what's mine is his to share. And you know neither of us cares. So let's keep it as it is. 'Cause I'm in a cold, hard town. Nice to know you'll be around for me. 'Cause you're always nice to see. In the cold, hard town. In the cold, hard town. In the cold, hard town. I got the idea for this song driving a fantastic road from Inverness over to the west coast, over to Gaelic. Some of you may have driven on that road. It's a very exciting road to drive in that it's very narrow, and you maybe just got all four wheels on the road, and you get a road narrow sign. You think, shit, what happens now? I start flying or something. And it's called Land of the North Wind. And the chorus goes, and I looked to the north wind and listened for a whisper, and the mountains were calling me to come on home. To the Southlands, the land I was born in. I've been many years traveling, long time away. Oh, maybe I'd change some, in truth a little older, but I felt like a stranger who'd lost his way. And I looked to the north winds and listened for a whisper. The mountains were calling, they come on home. Oh, land of the north wind, I wanna walk in your forest, I wanna climb your mountains and reach for the sky like the golden eagle. In its flight for freedom, I'm taking the high road, I'm learning to fly. And I look to the north winds, I listen for a whisper. The mountains were calling, they come on home. And you're nobody's mistress, you're not easily taken. Once forsaken, you won't be crossed. You hide your beauty behind your thunder, and the false intruder is easily lost. And I look to the north winds, I listen for a whisper. The mountains were calling, they come on home. Rage on north wind, take a message to the mountains. I'm crossing your border, I can weather your storm. I'm the prodigal returning, looking for shelter. I was a long time learning, and I'm coming home. And I look to the north winds, I listen for a whisper. The mountains were calling. They come on home. Come on home. Come on home.
Drink.
I don't think you ever forget the day you leave home. Sometimes it's very dramatic, like get out, don't ever come back. Sometimes it's very sad, but either way you never forget it. This song is called The Traveller, and it's about leaving home and looking forward to that great adventure. Maybe starting out sometimes with the wrong ideas, and maybe sometimes getting disillusioned very quickly. This one's got a chorus that goes, running for the money, running for the fame, lost where he was going and forgot his name. On the first day of the journey, the traveller was prepared, and words of consolation were never heard. He didn't know where he was going, just a poem in his mind, and all the things he valued he left behind. Running for the money, running for the fame, lost where he was going and forgot his name. The promised land was waiting, his vision led him on, but only promises were waiting, for the rest had gone. So he asked a band of travelers who turned the other way and left him in the wilderness to face the day. Running for the money, running for the fame, lost where he was going and forgot his name. So he went to the desert where the land lay in waste. He was guided by the blinding sun which burned his face. So he took to the mountains where the air was fresh and clear, and the cold wind chilled his body, and his death was near. Running for the money, running for the fame, lost where he was going and forgot his name. So the traveller came home again, and
an old and feeble man. There was no one there to greet him, everyone had gone. No one left to listen, no one left to hear. And everything had turned to dust and the earth was bare. Running for the money, running for the fame, lost where he was going and forgot his name. Running for the money, running for the fame, lost where he was going and forgot his name.
I think I'll try this one. I hadn't planned on doing this one, but I think I will. It's a song called The Smoker. Very dear to me because I'm not allowed to smoke, although I occasionally have a couple. And it's a song that I got the idea for this one. Well, perhaps I better read. It's a song about being intoxicated and all the marvellous things you think you can do. I mean, I've written some fantastic songs when I've been intoxicated with one thing or the other, and the next morning they didn't look so good. Song very much that we can sing together. Your bit is very, very easy, and you have to keep it going throughout the song. Bass harmony that you can do just to make you feel better. La 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 la. La 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 la. The idea is to keep it going throughout the song. Just remember to stop on the fifth line of each verse. It gets pretty high. So however tight your jeans are, pick whichever harmony is most comfortable and just have a go. Let's go. La 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 la. La 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 la. Another day and you're still at home. You stay behind when the birds have flown, but just sit back and let it pass you by. Take another one and you're flying high, flying high. Whoa. Puzzle pieces fall in place. They move so quickly you can't keep pace. The colors seem much clearer now. You see the picture and you wonder how
wonder how. La 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 la. La 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 la. And then you're writing songs you cannot sing. The piper calls the tune and you're following. Over meadows and across the sea, you've got no anchor, you're moving free, moving free. Whoa, another day and you're still at home. You stay behind when the birds have flown, but just sit back and let it pass you by. Take another one and you're flying high, flying high. Whoa.
Nice one. I thought you'd be able to get off on that one. Anything's tight on you. Sorry about that, Alex. I noticed. I used to sing quite a few traditional songs, and some of those were songs about prostitutes. And I noticed that the traditional songs about prostitutes are quite different from the contemporary songs, in that the traditional ones, generally speaking, are sort of happy-go-lucky. They show the prostitute as a sort of a saucy young female who will pinch your watch and your breeches, and you end up running down the street with an apron, you know, that sort of thing. The contemporary ones tend to show her as a fallen woman, a reject of society, which I didn't really agree with. This was at an early age, so about 10 years ago, so I've been researching for this song, and it's caused me to travel many places. It's now the most expensive folk song ever written. It's called Lady of Pleasure, and I tried to show her as a happy-go-lucky sort of girl who made a lot of people happy, but just as important and worthwhile as anyone else. If you want to join in, the last line in every verse is repeated. I can't get used to this audience, they're so nice and quiet. It's really, stay that way, you know. It makes me want to ramble on, you know, because, never mind.
She's a lady of pleasure, a lady of joy. She has no illusions of grandeur. You can get what you want when your money's up front. She's a sailor lad's port in a storm. She's a sailor lad's port in a storm. For some she's a sweetheart, for some she's a whore, and for others she's there to come home to. Well, she knows the score, she's done it before. Just knock and she'll open the door. Just knock and she'll open the door. Oh, where are you going, my fine feathered friend? Have you someone to sleep with tonight? If you're willing to pay, you'll have somewhere to stay. I've a nice place a short walk away. I've a nice place a short walk away. Oh, there's some makes it easy and some makes it hard. Some try to keep it a secret, but she's there on the tide, just down for the ride. And you know she's got nothing to hide. And you know she's got nothing to hide.
'cause she's a lady of pleasure, a lady of joy, and she has no illusions of grandeur. You can get what you want when your money's up front. She's a sailor lad's port in a storm. She's a sailor lad's port in a storm.
I won't sing any more rude songs. This one is called Running in a Crowded City, and I wrote this for a friend of mine who lives in Amsterdam. And he is a very fine singer, songwriter. But unfortunately, he got too wrapped up in the business side of music, which is, I would say, the dirtiest business of all. And he got really hurt by it. I've known more musicians give up music because of the business than because they didn't have any talent or anything. And he decided that he was going to leave it all. And so he told everyone quite strongly that he was giving it up and they could shove their clubs and their business and whatever. And he went to Amsterdam and lost a couple of years. And when I saw him last, he started singing again and writing again, and it was better than ever. But the problem, I thought, was going to come when he had to go back to the very same people and say, oh, you know, I'm back again, and what's happening? It never works that way. So the chorus in this goes, you can't go back thinking it's still the same. It ain't easy to stand with your hat in your hand when you can't get back in the game.
Looking for a friend to hide me, looking for a place to stay. But there was no one about, they had all gotten out. My friends had gone away. 'Cause I was running in a crowded city, sleeping in a subway train. Well, I don't wanna know, 'cause it's too long ago. I can't go through that again. But you can't go back, thinking it's still the same. It ain't easy to stand with your hat in your hand when you can't get back in the game. Maybe I was late in learning, I was one of the last to know. Too late for learning, nowhere to turn, and no place left to go. No need to leave your number, 'cause no one returns the call. When they've beaten you down, they keep you hanging around. They make you feel so small. But you can't go back, thinking it's still the same. It ain't easy to stand with your hat in your hand when you can't get back in the game. 'Cause I was looking for a friend to hide me, looking for a place to stay. But there was no one about, they had all gotten out. My friends had gone away. My friends had gone away. This one is called The Ladies of the Loving Kind, and it's a story that is set in the period of the American Civil War. I don't know why, I think I was reading about it at the time and my mind started to wander. It's a story about a young man of 15, 16, who lives way out in the middle of nowhere and is told by the government that he's got to go and fight in this civil war. And a group of soldiers come for him and they ride out. The night before the battle, they stop off at this small town and all go to the local bordello, the local brothel. And that's where the story starts. If you can imagine this young man suddenly in this position, he's got to go and fight in some battle tomorrow, he most likely won't come back. In the outside of town, where the ladies they dress so fine. We stopped there on our way, but I had no means to pay, 'cause the ladies are the loving kind. My comrades they all went inside, and the ladies they soon complied. I sat down alone to wait for the dawn, and the ground it was cold and hard. It was late when she came to me, as I lay there in misery. She took me to her room and she made me feel so warm. Lady, you're a sweet memory. 'Cause tomorrow I'll go to the war, where many have gone before. My brothers have gone and I must follow on. God knows what we're fighting for. Keep the lamp in your window burning bright, and I'll watch it till we ride out of sight. And if I lose a track when I'm trying to make it back, I'll be guided by your loving light. 'Cause who's to say if it's right or if it's wrong, when the lady is a loving kind? It don't matter much to me what you are or used to be, 'cause lady, you lay sweet on my mind. There's a house on the outside of town, where the ladies they dress so fine. We stopped there on our way, but I had no means to pay, 'cause the ladies are the loving kind. Well, I think it's time for a little bit of religion. To all you sinners out there. I'm not a religious man, I never have been, but I'm very fond of religious music. And one particular style is Southern White Spirituals in America, and I started to be very fond of that when I did some travelling around there. And I was surprised that on a Sunday, if you drove past a church, there were so many cars parked there. It was like being at the supermarket on Friday night. And I went in a couple, and contrary to what happens here, where if you switch on the TV on a Sunday morning, everyone's looking very serious, and because they know it's being televised, and so they're all there. Over there, everyone seems to be enjoying themselves in praising their Lord, their God, and I was very impressed by this. I can't help sort of moving when I think of it. You see the scene, everyone's jumping around, there's Mama pumping away at the organ there, and the kids have got a tambourine and shouting, the old preacher's shut up there, and he's going mad, and everyone's having a good time, and maybe they've got a lot of sins to get rid of, I don't know. But, so you've got to imagine that you're in a situation like that. You've been sinning all, well, maybe it doesn't take much imagination, but you've been sinning all week, or maybe next week you're going to start sinning, seeing as you just come back, and this is just to start you off on the right foot, in the right key. I got a very good friend who's quite a strict Catholic, and she says to me, he's going to get you in the end, you know. So in case he does, I'm writing a couple of songs for him. You can turn it up a bit if you want so the Lord can hear me, especially the fancy finger. The song is called Holding Fast to Jesus. The chorus of which goes, I'm holding fast to Jesus till he calls. I'm holding fast to Jesus till he calls. Every day I give to him, in heaven is returned. So I'm holding fast to Jesus till he calls. This life is passing by, till he calls me on in glory to his mansion in the sky, when we will live eternal with our loved ones gone before. So I'm holding fast to Jesus till he calls. I'm holding fast to Jesus till he calls. I'm holding fast to Jesus till he calls. Every day I give to him, in heaven is return. So I'm holding fast to Jesus till he calls. When Satan stands before me and beckons me to come, tempting me with riches if I scorn the holy name, though my body's all a tremble, I'll turn him from my door, 'cause I'm holding fast to Jesus till he calls. I'm holding fast to Jesus till he calls. I'm holding fast to Jesus till he calls. Every day I give to him, in heaven is return. So I'm holding fast to Jesus till he calls. When we came unto the wilderness, a strange and foreign land, he guarded us from dangers and he helped us understand, and he kept us through the winter till our harvest came around. So confide, while we're waiting for the boatman to row us all the tide, while the mighty hosts of Zion will greet us on the shore. So hold on fast to Jesus till he calls. Let me hear you, sinners. I'm holding fast to Jesus till he calls. I'm holding fast to Jesus till he calls. Every day I give to him, in heaven his return. So I'm holding fast to Jesus till he calls. Every day I give to him, in heaven his return. Yeah. So I'm holding fast to Jesus till he calls.
While we're in the promised land, this is a this is a song called Home State. I used to live in America for a while. I married an American girl, and we lived in New York State. And I wanted to write a song about the state because I was very fond of it, and also because a lot of people over here think that when you say, oh, I lived in New York, they think, oh, I lived in Manhattan, and massive concrete and everything, and it's really quite beautiful upstate. Well, there's forests and lakes and mountains. And is anyone from New York? Song for you tonight then. Upstate. Whereabouts? That's where my wife was born. Since when have you been staying in hotels? Chorus goes, New York State was good to me because I found a wife and made a family. If anyone asks what it means to me, well, it's the nearest to home I'll ever be, New York. And I've been, lately I've been playing this little song before it. I don't know why so much, but I was tuning up once, just I happened to play a couple of bars of the song and everyone started singing, and which was nice because it's a favourite song of mine. So I'll play it again. If you want to sing along with it, do. But it's not meant as a joke at all, it's meant quite seriously. A lovely song.
If anyone asks what it means to me, well, it's the nearest to home I'll ever be. In New York, New York. Well, New York City's just a part of the state. Some people hate it, I think it's great. It's an honest city, won't tell you a lie. Take your money, look you straight in the eye, New York. And when the city got too much to take, when the pressure built up and we thought we'd break, when everyone else was heading south, we went our own way and we are headed north of New York. New York State was good to me, 'cause I found a wife and made a family. If anyone asks what it means to me, well, it's the nearest to home I'll ever be. In New York, in New York. Well, I wish I could take that trip again, 500 miles up the Lake Champlain, fishing for supper in a homemade boat, the love we made and the songs I wrote of New York. And we rented a house on the Long Island sand, where working the city was close at hand. In the summer we swam in Montauk Bay, and England felt so far away from New York. And New York State was good to me, 'cause I found a wife and made a family. If anyone asks what it means to me, it's the nearest to home I'll ever be. In New York, New York. Well, it may sound strange that an Englishman should lose his heart to a foreign land, and maybe it's because I've been away too long from her. It's hard to say. New York, New York State was good to me, 'cause I found a wife and made a family. If anyone asks what it means to me, well, it's the nearest home I'll ever be. New York, New York. Once more. New York State was good to me, 'cause I found a wife and made a family. If anyone asks what it means to me, well, it's the nearest to home I'll ever be. In New York, New York. Well, I'm going to finish on this one. Thanks so much for tonight. I really enjoyed it. I haven't finished yet. Got one more yet. So thank you very much. Thank you, Andy and Mary, for a lovely meal before we got here. Thanks for the use of a nice PA. I'll be quite serious. Thank you, Alex. I really enjoyed working with you tonight. I've seen Alex many times, but he's always been playing the part of the MC at folk festivals, and I feel that it's not always fair on a performer to make him do all that all the time, and I feel he hasn't had a good showing, not in my eyes, and tonight I really, really enjoyed it. So thank you. This last one is called Fiddler John, and it's about an old man who everyone thinks is crazy, and all he wants to do is just sit in the corner and play his fiddle. And he's this way for a certain reason, which is in the song. So Chorus goes, John, John, play us another tune. John, John, play one more. John, John, play us another one. John, John, play one more. Took a lot of writing that. I hope you appreciate it. Sing the chorus first. John, John, play us another tune. John, John, play one more. John, John, play us another one. John, John, play one more. Oh, Fiddler John, they say he's crazy. He knows better, but he won't say. Every day you can see him sitting there. Dear old John just fiddles away. John, John, play us another tune. John, John, play one more. John, John, play us another one. John, John, play one more. He won't listen to your questions. He'll just answer yes or no. But if you take the time to listen, he'll play you a tune before you go. John, John, play us another tune. John, John, play one more. John, John, play us another one. John, John, play one more. Some tell of when old John was a soldier, he was gone for many a year. He came back with a fiddle and his haversack. Broken memories cost him dear. John, John, play us another tune. John, John, play one more. John, John, play us another one. John, John, play one more. Saturday nights and John is welcome. Brandy, wine are all in store. When the dawn is fast approaching, still they ask for just one more. John, John, play us another tune. John, John, play one more. John, John, play us another one. John, John, play one more. Try the first verse. Oh, Fiddler John, they say he's crazy. He knows better, but he won't say. Every day you can see him sitting there. Dear old John just fiddles away. John, John, play us another tune. John, John, play one more. John, John, play us another one. John, John, play one more. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Allan Taylor. The runway over. We should have been finished, believe it or not, 11:15. It's now 10 to 12. And we're in trouble again. We're in trouble again. Anyway, I should like to thank very much Alex Atterson for a marvellous, marvellous set. Alex Atterson. I'd like to thank Alan for allowing us to share these beautiful songs. Allan Taylor. I'd like to thank Cloudy and Foley and our own Sandy Cahun for doing the rough spot and opening up. Sandy Cahun. Most of all, I'd like to thank you for being here and being a marvellous audience. It was great. We're sitting at the back there, we're listening to you, and we do hope that you'll come back again. Otherwise, we'll have to book you. But we'd rather you came back without us booking you. So thanks for coming. More so we're going. Next week, Heather Whittaker. Good night. Thank you.